Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to view this presentation deck. As our policies can change, please refer to the IRCC website for the most up-to-date information. This presentation focuses on alternative pathways to permanent residence other than express entry. This is Chapter 3 of a 3-part virtual series. We encourage you to watch all 3 chapters before joining us at our question and answer sessions. If you would prefer to listen in French and view this presentation in that language, please go back to the homepage and click on the appropriate link. As seen in Chapter 2, a permanent resident is someone who has been given PR status by immigrating to Canada, but is not a Canadian citizen. Permanent residents are usually citizens of other countries, while some may be stateless persons. While you are a permanent resident, you can vote or run for any political office, get a Canadian passport, or hold high-level, top-secret security clearance jobs. As we reviewed in Chapter 1, understanding the training, education, experience, and responsibilities tier codes and how they are used as a key resource in immigration will help you determine which permanent residency programs you may be eligible for. If you haven't watched Chapter 1 yet, I recommend viewing it before moving forward in this section. We also offer an online tool called Find Your NOC, available on our website to help identify your NOC code. In Chapter 2, we explored the Express Entry Program, IRCC's flagship pathway to permanent residence. If you would like to learn more about this program, Chapter 2 is the best place to start. Express entry may not be the right pathway for you for a variety of reasons. Don't worry, if you are not eligible for express entry, there are alternatives. If you need additional Canadian work experience, are interested in living in an Atlantic province, speak French, or plan to settle in a designated RCIP or FCIP community, there are specific details you should pay attention to in the next few slides. Additionally, each province and territory has its own nomination programs that may offer alternative pathways. In the following slides, we will provide a brief overview of these options. Another permanent residence option available for those of you interested in residing in the Atlantic provinces of Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and New Brunswick is the Atlantic Immigration Program, or AIP. What is unique about this program is that it's employer-driven, meaning that the process is initiated by employers who will choose to support a foreign national through their permanent resident applications. Employers must first apply to get designated by their province. Once designated, they can choose to support a foreign national through permanent residence by having the candidate endorsed by their province. This endorsement will then allow the foreign national to apply for permanent residence as well as a work permit if they desire. Lastly, the AIP includes 2 eligible streams: recent international graduates and skilled workers, each with specific minimum language requirements. CLB or NCLC 5 for tier categories 0, 1, 2, or 3, and CLB/NCLC 4 for tier 4 category. What is special about this program for international students is that even if you just graduated and may not have work experience yet, that's okay. To be eligible, you must have completed an educational program at one of the 24 recognized institutions in the Atlantic region. The program must have been at least 2 years in length, and you must have lived in the region for 16 months during the program. Candidates who would not be eligible would be students who completed English, French, or second language programs. Students who completed their program via distance learning would also not be eligible. Your eligibility for the program will be determined by what level tier your job offer is. For example, if you have a job as a restaurant manager and you have a tier 0 job offer, you will need to show work experience at the tier 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4 level. If you are a skilled worker, this pathway is also a great option for you. For the work experience requirements, your experience must have been for a cumulative length of 1 year within the last 5 years. Your work experience can be from your time in Canada or from outside of Canada. Now that we've reviewed the Atlantic Immigration Program, another pathway to consider is the Rural and Francophone Immigration Stream. The Rural Community Immigration Pilot, RCIP, and the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot, FCIP, offer a pathway to permanent residence to skilled workers who want to work and settle in rural, remote, or Francophone minority communities. This map of Canada denotes 18 communities that have been selected for this pilot program. RCIP and FCIP both focus on filling labor shortages in priority sectors and occupations as defined by each community, its employer-driven model for recruiting candidates, and it ensures that newcomers have sufficient settlement supports in the workplace and community. Additionally, the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot will focus on selecting Francophone or bilingual candidates only. Before you apply for permanent residence through these pilots, you need a job offer. Each community has designated certain employers to make job offers. Check their website to see the list of designated employers linked on the IRCC pilot webpage. Once you have a valid job offer from a designated employer, they will send your community recommendation application directly to the community to review. Communities will check to make sure that your job offer is in a priority sector, that the offer is real, and that you meet all other requirements for the pilot. Once you receive the recommendation, you can apply to IRCC for permanent residence. You can apply for a work permit so that you can begin working while your application is being processed. The provincial or territorial program is for workers who have the skills, education, and work experience to contribute to the economy of a specific province or territory. They want to live in that province or territory and want to become permanent residents of Canada. Each province or territory has its own streams, immigration programs that target certain groups, as well as requirements. For example, in a program stream, provinces and territories may target students, entrepreneurs, skilled workers, in-demand workers. It is available through express entry and non-express entry streams. Please visit your province or territory's web pages for more information. For those interested in the province of Quebec, it is important to know that the province immigration is a shared responsibility between the Government of Canada and Quebec. This page is a quick overview of immigration in Quebec. However, we recommend that you go to the province's immigration page for in-depth details if you plan to reside in this province. Accompagnement Québec is a free service offered by the Ministry of Immigration, Francisation and Integration, MIFI, of the Government of Quebec. It is intended for newcomers to help them settle, integrate, and succeed in their immigration journey in Quebec. As you explore your immigration options, remember that understanding the specific requirements and supports available in Quebec can make all the difference in your journey. After reviewing all available options, if permanent residence is not currently the right fit for you, but you wish to remain in Canada, it is essential that you maintain valid legal status. Gaining additional work experience can help you work towards the goal of applying for permanent residence in the future. As we saw in Chapter 1, there are 2 types of work permits highlighted on this slide. For a detailed overview, please refer back to Chapter 1. A great example of LMIA exemption work permit is the Francophone Mobility Exemption that is open to all tier categories 0 to 5. The only exception is for primary agricultural positions in Tier 4 and 5. This means a wide range of occupations are eligible, from management roles to entry-level positions. Candidates must live and work outside of Quebec. This pathway is designed to support Francophone communities across other provinces and territories. While the language of work may be English, candidates must be able to speak and listen in French at an intermediate level. Specifically, this means a Canadian Language Benchmark, CLB, level 5 or higher in French. There are no age or nationality restrictions. This pathway is open to a diverse range of applicants. However, candidates must meet the general eligibility requirements for a work permit. These requirements are outlined on the IRCC website and include factors like job offers, admissibility, and intent to work in Canada. Increasing Francophone immigration is a key priority for the Government of Canada. As such, there are dedicated pathways available for French-speaking candidates to support this objective. Francophone immigration is a great path with many benefits. It's not just for native French speakers. Anyone with French as a second language can benefit. It supports the economic prosperity of French-speaking communities. As well, it helps fill roles that require communication in French or both official languages. As mentioned in our Express Entry Chapter 2 video, French speakers can gain additional points, and these points may be the key to receiving an invitation to apply. Francophone immigration continues to be a priority under the Government of Canada's category-based selection. Mobilité francophone enables faster access to work permits for eligible French-speaking candidates. As well, it is more cost-effective for the employer. Organizations across Canada help Francophone newcomers integrate socially, economically, educationally, and culturally. IRCC supports these communities to ensure welcoming and empowering environments for Francophone individuals and their families. For Francophone immigration, applicants should review the minimum requirements on our website. Employers must submit an offer of employment through the IRCC Employer Portal. Question and answer sessions in English and French are available by clicking on the link and registering, which is available via IRCC's permanent resident page. Questions are asked via Slido, and program advisors from IRCC will be answering questions live. As always, for more information on the topics discussed in this session, our website is an invaluable resource when it comes to understanding Canada's immigration system. For case-specific inquiries, you can always contact our Client Support Center or use our web form. You can also find us on Facebook, X, and YouTube, where we share updates and information that may be useful to you, so make sure to follow us on social media. We hope you have found this 3-chapter series on pathways to permanent residence for temporary residents useful, and we wish you all the best of luck in your future IRCC applications.